I'm not really sure what just happened there. It had made me like restart this whole setup for the live today. So apologies if you were like in waiting and then got kicked out. But we'll give it a moment here before we start our Moonday live. I look forward to sharing a bit about the collective energy with you all today for this week. What's this? February 12th to the 18th. So it's all good. So if you're new here, hey Dora King. Hello, hello. And if you're new here, we do these weekly lives to connect with folks and see kind of what the energy is for the week. We'll do a collective reading, and then there's opportunity for like just individual card pulls and stuff. So if you'd like to stick to the end, obviously you can let me know if you'd like cards pulled, and I will do that. I also have some books again because I like the whole bibliomancy thing that we did that last time. So I'm thinking that might be a part of today. But how have things been for you? Let me know in the comments. We're off to a great start this week. I'm not sure about everyone else, but the main thing that I'm noticing, and I'm witnessing it in others as well, so to me this is a collective thing, is the anger. So if you are noticing anger, there's something underneath that just seems really intense lately. Yeah, you're not alone, okay, is what I want to say. But let's just tune into the energy here as we get prepared to pull these cards. If you'd like your eyes opened or closed, it's up to you. Just beginning to notice your breath. And we're going to take a few deep breaths together here to just center and bring us into this place of unity. So on empty lungs, inhaling, filling the lungs to the very top capacity and letting it go. Exhaling, dropping the shoulders down. Completely emptying the belly. Inhaling again. And maybe exhaling with a sigh. And one last time, we'll inhale together. Sniffing in even a little bit more, holding at the top for a moment, and then letting it go. And so I'm being invited for us to tune into the heart space here. Just noticing the heart, noticing the chest. And whatever there is that's sitting in that space right now. There's a certain sensation, certain color, texture, feeling associated, maybe thoughts or words, just recognizing it, whatever it is, being with it. Remembering that when we can be with whatever emotions are present, even when it's anger, when it's feeling out of control, when things seem really intense, that you can just be with it, and that in itself is a gift. Then from this place of being and being aware, it begins to transmute, it shifts, it changes, because all things change. So even as we go into the reading for the collective this week of February 12th to the 18th, knowing that each day will be a different day, each moment a different moment, because you are constantly changing, shifting, evolving. Okay. Well, I'm thinking what we're going to do is I'm going to just pull some of these cards, hopefully put them face down. Whoops. Okay, and then we will check the book books and see kind of what the messages are. Okay. Let's pull one of these. But yeah, how's it been for you this week so far? I know it's only technically still the beginning of Monday. And yet here we are. What are the collective cards for this week? Collective cards. Okay. Okay, so I have two books here today. I have this one we got at a lovely little, kind of like a pawnee shop here, and The Knowledge of the Higher Worlds and Its Attainment by Rudolf Steiner. And then the Kabbalistic Encyclopedia, which is a great book. If you are interested in gematria or other things, I definitely recommend it. Cool, Dora King. I'm glad to see things are going well so far. Hi, Andrew. Oh, I hope you're having a great Monday. I'm still reclaiming my strength and shaking off vices. Yeah, the strength. Thank you for saying that. This morning I was sharing a bit with someone about the whole energy of Gebura. You know, the right sphere, shoulder, right arm. That Mars, Ma'adim energy. And that can be severe, it can be intense. So as we are here together, tuning into the collective energy, we'll see what wants to show up. What wants to be gained by us this week? We have the 9 of Discs, okay? This is a Venus energy here. I think it's Venus in Virgo, if I'm not mistaken. So, you know, again, I love these cards when I see, I think this came up last week for someone or something, or at least a week ago. So just tuning into what is our gain this week? What power do we want to gain? We started even with the heart, you know, tuning into the heart here. And I'm seeing a lot of this green. I'm seeing the emeraldness and the emanation from here. So let's see what the book has to say. So on page 162, yes, again, Virgo, Venus and Virgo. See, yeah, thanks, Andrew. The development of the soul body in the manner described above permits of perception in a supersensible world. But anyone wishing to find his way in this world must not remain stationary at this stage of development. The mere mobility of the lotus flowers is not sufficient. The student must acquire the power of regulating and controlling the movement of his spiritual organs independently and with complete consciousness. Otherwise, he would become a plaything for external forces and powers. To avoid this, he must acquire the faculty of hearing what is called the inner word. And this involves the development not only of the soul body, but also of the etheric body. So we didn't read the beginning or the part above that. I'd be curious to see kind of what is being referenced here around this lotus flower. And yet the image I was getting as I read those words, the mere mobility of the lotus flower is not sufficient. I was getting this sense of like the heart as the flower, as the blooming open of the petals, of the energy, and what can be gained from that heart space. The development of the soul body in the manner described above permits of perception in a supersensible world, but anyone wishing to find his way in this world must not remain stationary. He's talking about acquiring power, like this movement. He uses the words regulating and controlling the movement of spiritual organs. What do these words mean? When we look at the word gain, hi Tira. Yeah, when we look into the word gain, it's like, what is it that we are achieving, receiving into our lives through the heart space this week? And that can be a challenge. So I'm going to just turn these cards over, the three kind of chakra cards. We have victory, clarity, and birth. And I want to just also look at this word, inner word, which I think I'm going to pull another card over here. To avoid this, he must acquire the faculty of hearing what is called the inner word. And this involves the development not only of the soul body, but of the etheric body. So what does inner word mean for you this week? What is it that's speaking inside of you? You know, I guess to me, I would identify that word, inner word, or those words, as like the intuition. And also, though, like the emotional body. The emotional body, in this case of gaining and opening up this lotus energy of the heart, is going to be something that involves listening and being willing to sit with the energies. So I'm just looking at these cards. So victory, clarity, and birth. And I find it interesting how it's like VOV. VOV. Okay. When we, and you know, the V, the chalice being the womb space. We see that with the birth card. We can see that with this place of connection to the womb, which is also kind of technically where the intuition sits in the kind of shamanic lens. I'm just going to open up here and see if we can find anything for a VOV or something of the like there. VO. So VO in itself, in the, is, that, in it are the words. Bet and Vav. VO. Vo. In itself. Let's see if there's a VOV. Nope, doesn't look like it. So let's just pull or open and see if there's a word or something in here that wants to kind of guide us on understanding more of this victory, clarity, and birth. So what is it that we are gaining victory over? I'm getting the sense it's emotions. I'm going to just do that again. Behold, see hine. Great, now it's going to guide us all over the place in this book. Watch. Hine. So this practice of like looking in books and checking in with what things mean is just a way for us to kind of like intuitively connect with what spirit wants us to see. So do what you will with it. It's kind of like a free association, like a game, which to me is what magic is. But it's like behold is what the word is. Literally just behold with an exclamation mark. This inner word. What is it that we are gaining victory over? What is it we are gaining? And it's like, I think really what it's saying is like, can we be willing to see it this week? This emotional pain in the body, we're going to gain some clarity this week about what that is what I'm seeing here. So what is that? Can you give us a card around maybe if there's any more specific energy around that? So Ace of Wands, Eight of Wands, and the Two of Swords. So if some of you maybe this week or have been experiencing any type of conflict with other people, I'm seeing this very fiery Ace of Wands energy as just like kind of a confirmation of both the tree of life with the one, you know, the kind of beginning and end energy. And we can see it with the Sephiroth of the trees with each of those little markings, but also the recognition of like the Gebura energy, that Mars energy, the fire, the conflict, the intensity, okay? And so we have swiftness, the Eight of Wands. I'll just show you here. Yeah, I'm really feeling this is like this pushing out. Like, so there's been like conflict this past week. There's something here that like, or that's coming, it's been here though. It's been here the whole time, but now you're going to gain clarity over the conflicts that have been occurring in your life. Whatever this fiery wand, the anger, the conflict with certain people. And like, to me, here we have this sense of the clarity of the peace. Look how too the swords are kind of creating that same V shape that we had in victory, that we had in the womb space. There's going to be something, I mean, that to me is great to see that you can have peace and the victory. We also have that this is a moon card, so that in like Luna intuition, again, the moon, this crescent shaped moon in the womb space can be supported and lead to a sense of new possibilities within these relationships as well. Oh, I think people are writing. I'm sorry. I'm just kind of in my space. I'm attempting to not get so jump all over, so I will get to the quotes or comments. Yes, hello again, Tara. I am a nerd for those. T. Susan Chang has a book called 36 Secrets. Oh, year-long study of astrology and tarot. Thank you. Oh, that's cool. Can it refer to inner conflict? For sure. I think if we're having any conflict external to ourselves, it's ultimately because of an internal conflict. And that's why it's kind of like it's coming from the heart. And we can see here, though, this card, how I'm perceiving it is how like it comes from the single point or the still point inside, and it radiates out. And one could like see this, like, I think last time I read this card for someone, it might have been Dory King even, like, this card to me had like kind of, I want to say like a positive aspect. But here I'm just really noticing the intensity of the red, like lightning bolts, and yet, well, like, let's look at the rainbow above it. Like, even with this conflict, even with this inner, I think he's the inner conflict, there is a chance for peace. That's what the rainbow represents. It's like the covenant between God and humanity. That's when it showed up with Noah in the ark. So whatever, I'm gonna just pull here, whatever these cards might be showing for you, what is it that you are gaining or birthing this week in terms of this clarity? I'm gonna just, is there anything that people need to kind of, what might be in the way, I guess, of this? I'm kind of like getting the words like it's almost like this fear of like a stillbirth or a miscarriage, things like that. So what can maybe help us to this week let go of the fear of failing, I guess, around gaining this victory, gaining this peace, having a sense of clarity. Ooh. Ooh, that's me. Ooh, if you want to show us cards, what would be that support? What can help us then? Okay. Maybe we just have to change the question, change the question and then the universe can answer. Because sometimes we just aren't asking the right questions. So what can we do to help us so that we don't have the sense of failure? It says protection, strong protective magic for the home and the family. Okay. This symbol actually, well, not necessarily this one. There's another one that looks similar to it, but it's like these are symbols that would be used in like, I'm not sure of the timeline on this one. The other one was like a sailor's Norse sigil for protection on wayfaring, on being able to get from point A to point B. So there's something here that we can use, even if it's through symbols, to support ourselves this week so that this failure of not being able to birth this new gain of victory and peace and clarity, not to be able to, to be able to overcome, move through, to learn what wants to be learned from these conflicts, whether it's an inner conflict or it's an external conflict, but again, to me, they're like one and the same. We can use protection. So just calling to that energy of protection for you, if you know symbols, if you know different energies like that, if there's certain sigils that maybe you feel called to create, you could do so. Okay, then just inviting you to tune into that energy so that you can have a sense of protection. Because what I kind of got from this book, he's talking about the way to acquire the faculty of hearing is what is called the inner word. And that it's also involves the development of the etheric body, which to me is kind of like the auric field, the bubble around us. So what does that look like? This morning, even for myself, I was feeling this like agitation. And I heard it from someone else this morning as well. Same thing. They're like agitation and the driving need to move the physical body. So we can do the work on the auric field and also go and work out, go and burn the energy, do the things that are going to support with transmuting through fire. We got a lot of the wands energy here, and that's going to bring peace to the mind, also peace to the emotionality of whatever might be going on in the heart space for you. I just turned this here. Labyrinth is the card at the bottom. Transition to a higher level of being, raising your energetic vibration, enlightenment. So this is part of the journey for us this week. It's this up-leveling of our consciousness. It's us moving on the path in a way that's going to allow us to flow through and release what needs to be released and receive the tools, the skills, however you want to identify it, the knowledge, so that we can be in a state of balance. That's what the twos are in my eye. It's like, it really is a balance. All of life operates in this sort of like this polarity, which then means it's like a non-dual, because one and one can like equal, or like two things together can kind of like equate or balance each other out and make it nothing. If that makes sense. I'm gonna just pull one of these cards. Let's see for the collective, what from here would you like us to see? Anything else around the birth of this piece in our life for this collective reading? I'm like really noticing the center spiral, which is funny, labyrinth. I'm noticing that center spiral inside of this womb. So is there anything we need to know about that center spiral? Priestess. How are you being called to step up and lead? So it sounds like to me that whatever this conflict is, inside or out, whatever this kind of fieriness energy that you are gaining a sense of knowledge and understanding about, it's helping you for your next level of stepping into your leadership, your role as a healer, your role as, whatever, however you want to identify that as, okay? How are you being called to step up and lead? And like, I want to just add to this idea that when we are in leadership, if we make a mistake, if we lose temper, if we create some type of fiery conflict, it's also up to us as on the individual level to own that, okay? And you might have to say sorry. You might have to ask forgiveness. You may have to do whatever. These are all, I think, traits of a leader. I was just thinking about that this morning, actually, around like, how can I word this? The idea, I think I just posted this on Instagram, that I'll kind of branch to what I'm getting at. It's like, there are people who are going to like you, people who don't like you, and people who just don't care. And sometimes we're going to use our words when we speak authentically, like in our power, and it could upset people. And sometimes, most of the times when it upsets someone or someone is, impacted by our words, our actions, usually it's because it's something in their internal system, some belief or program, some story that they've told themselves. And so the words or actions from the external are conflicting that. They could get angry, they could get upset. I'd say that's like 98% of the time. Of course, though, there are like the other 2%. Those are just numbers I made up. Like what I'm saying is like the more rare times where our words and our actions, because of our speaking authentically and being in our power, can actually have an impact on others. And some people, this is going to lead to like closing off by them or from them or however. You might lose people. Okay, this is part of the leadership process. That's okay, but also, do you have to own up for what you said, make a right a wrong a right, and recognize when you've maybe overstepped the boundary or overused power? Because I think in the past, there's definitely been those times. There's been those dark lifetimes for many of us where we have been in a place of leadership or power and used it to our advantage. We see this time and time again. But I would like to say that you have done your work. You are continuing to heal what's being called to be looked at for your expansion, using the protections, the sigils, the whatever to support and balance your energetic field this week, and continue to open up the heart and do these pieces of forgiveness, speaking truth, and balancing through whatever conflicts might be showing up so that you can gain like the next kind of skill and points, like experience points for this level of you being the priestess, the priest, the shaman, healer, however you want to identify. Okay. Ooh, I like that. Anything else that wants to be said? I'm just going to show you the clarity card before we get into kind of like the personal card pulls. So if you'd like those, you can let me know. But this clarity, the blue throat chakra, there's something here I think we're going to be asked to really tap into. So we'll probably do this during the practice, just between those, the collective reading and the private or personal readings. Because there's something there. So just tuning into your body, your breath. And I'm actually going to get you, if you'd like to, you can rub your hands together. We're just going to create a bit of that heat, that fire. In Kundalini yoga, in different practices, we'll do this as a way to like activate the nadis. There's like thousands of nadis, or these little energy points, like little chakras. And they lead to these nadis or meridians, these lines of energy through the body. So you activating this is awakening that fire, awakening the energy, it's tuning you into your intuition, because you're being able to sense this fire through almost like a tactile sense. And now with this, you're going to touch your throat or place your hands near your throat. You don't have to touch actually. Just giving yourself this heat energy. If you want to hold your neck, however you desire to do it. And just noticing the vibrations. We call to clarity. Hine, behold, see. See what wants to be spoken. See what wants to be felt. See, behold, the answers inside of you, those inner words, in the womb, in the throat. And imagining a star now, a blue star in your throat. And with each breath, that blue light becomes more vibrant. The star grows brighter and brighter. And the light of that star begins to penetrate through your entire body, down through your back, up through your head, into your chest and your torso, your arms, down into your legs. And this starlight of clarity, this blue light, now starts to radiate out into your auric field, your etheric bodies. So the layers of your astral body. Technically, there are 7 layers. So we're going to move through each of these 7, from the closest to the furthest. The closest being the most physical sense, most physical aspect of your body, and moving out through mental, emotional, etc., to the like etheric, furthest kind of crowned energy of your spiritual being. So allowing this blue radiant light of the star to just shine forth, brightening, and creating any balance that, easing anything that might need to be cleared here. Calling in those angels and guides, those ancestors that wish to support you with this practice. I'm just having a major realization looking at these cards. So whatever insights, whatever clarity is coming for you now, just allowing it to show up however it wants to show up. This might come as something you need to see or know about your life, or it might be new knowledge, new understanding. Thank you, Spirit, for clearing these energetic bodies, bringing balance so we can claim this victory of peace in relationships, having power so that conflict no longer has to impact our life in a way that throws us off. We can have clarity and strength. We can have a centeredness. And on your next inhale, just noticing if your hands are still at your neck, you can place them down at your side or on your lap. Coming to a place of still pause, noticing the breath. And whenever you're ready, you can return back to the space with open eyes. As we go into the personal readings here, so you can let me know in the comments. Oh, to here I see you message. Sweet. Okay. Before I kind of do that, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone. If you didn't see the message on or the post from yesterday, I think it was. We've made 2,000 subscribers here on the channel. So thank you everyone for tuning in, taking part. That's super exciting. As we continue to grow, you know. And I mentioned in the post, like just how exciting that was being. I was just watching actually this morning, like the first video on the channel. Thanks to Hira, yeah. And oh my gosh, like if you haven't seen it, it's called like How to Be Unstoppable During the Pandemic or something like that. And I was just having kind of like a retrospective moment of how silly everything seemed at the time. And also kind of what brought that about. Really, you know, it was shortly after, or shortly, just a bit before that, I believe, I think that's what kind of led me to using the term unstoppable, was the fact that I had taken this course. I had taken a online training with Kerwin Ray is his name. He's like an Australian business entrepreneurial coach person. And I had just really enjoyed his content for a long time. And I was like, oh, I'm going to go and see this guy. And I know one day we're going to like talk and whatever. Like I just felt like this pull, like really just motivational. And I ended up being able to take his program online. It was like the first time they had ever done it because of COVID. And they'd made it like extremely reasonable for people. So it was quite an investment for me to say yes and sign up and pay. And then it was in Australia. So like I'm having to stay up super late at night for, I think it was like 5 days in a row, I want to say. Like multiple days in a row at least. And it was really quite a life-changing experience for me during that time. And so what I'm saying with this is like whatever you're feeling called to do or be or how you want to show up in the world, I hope that you can just find the courage to do these things. It might be as simple as just, I think this came up last time, didn't it? About taking a course, signing up, saying yes to something. Oh no, this is what I talked about in the live on Instagram. Yeah, on I think it was Saturday. So you could go to the Instagram and check out that reel if you want to. But I think we're all feeling called or pulled in certain directions to do something as simple as just learning. Okay, even reading a book. Can you just do it and see where it's going to take you? Because again, those 3 years now or 2.5, whatever it is, definitely would not have seen myself here as I am now. And yeah, just so much gratitude for everything, including you folks there, showing your support, being here, taking part. Thank you, Andrew. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, any way in which you feel called to be a part here, like, people people watch these videos or do whatever they want to, or they message me like, and that, they don't even come on lives. Like, there's people that I'm sure take part in this stuff, have no interaction whatsoever, and that's totally fine. You do what you need to for you. I'm just really grateful for that, and so thank you. I wish I could do more, but like, I guess what I did kind of stem to in that post is like, I have a book that I wrote about like 2 years ago now. And I haven't really been like sharing that out too much. Some people I've sent it to. And so that is something I'm going to start just sharing more, because I really do feel like it has been such a profound part of my life journey as well, stepping more into my personal power and feeling really a sense of like self-worth. And so my book is about working with the goddess energy. If this is something that's new to you, if you're not sure how to do it, what it looks like, it can be intense sometimes. And this book has like some very simple steps, I think, some different practices, rituals, however you want to identify it, that can support you on your journey and hopefully inspire you to really, align with your truth, what it is that you're meant to bring out into this world. So you can check out, I think the link might be in the description box here. And those in the membership portal, like the community, there's a post there for you around that offering as well. So make sure you check that out so that we can be in contact. And there'll be an announcement sometime later this week about the book. So make sure if you're interested to check in on that. But yeah, you can check out the ebook. It's on Kindle. And yeah, I'm excited to share that. Okay, well, let us pull some cards. Ooh, okay, Tahira. And then Dora King, I see, would like some cards. Maybe we'll check the book too. So Tahira. What's going on in your world this week? This is breathing into the body. I'm feeling like the liver, the right side abdomen, which is tied to anger, actually. Usually detoxing. Like sometimes we can turn to like unhealthy coping mechanisms. Like sometimes it's alcohol, like is a huge one that people can turn to. Let's see. We have the Queen of Swords. So I just want to start with like any time here in the past where maybe you have been the source of cutting off a monster's head, cutting off some being that you felt was trying to control you. Just recognizing what that is for you. We have the Three of Discs. So the Queen of Swords, the Three of Discs, the Princess of Wands. So just going to start here with that Elohim Gibor, that of that severity, Gibura energy on the right shoulder. Oh, interesting. You have the victory card. So I feel like Spirit really to here is wanting to say something here about like you've done the work. Oh, like no way. Is this gonna be the same thing where the same cards come out? Oh my God, I hate it. I don't hate it, it's just weird. These two cards came out, and interestingly enough, it's not clarity, but it's visions, okay? That's what's come out. Detoxing from my past self. Yeah, I kind of feel like this was like, this is you, but it's also you from the past. Like you've overcome a lot of these like monsters is what I was hearing. You've basically like triumphed, you've killed them. These could be like the inner demons, so to speak, even of life, the inner thoughts, where maybe you were like tearing people down, tearing yourself down, tearing whatever. Like you've been putting in the work. And Spirit wants to like commend you for this. And again, it's like you're having this sense of like victory, but you also might be having like visions or flashbacks of like some of these experiences that had happened in the past. And I'm, yeah, like this is just like, how can I word that? It's like, you know, when we're like going to do something new, I don't know if I can, how would I put this? You know, like sometimes like we're going to do something new and we can have like flashbacks of, you know, like this is kind of like the ego's way of keeping us contained. It's like, well, you can't do that because before you did this. And it's not like necessarily a negative thing either. It's just part of the evolution and growth. Okay. And, it's like you are kind of surpassing those thoughts, those beliefs of the past, and mainly because you've done the work, you've been doing the healing work, you've been making progress in your life from this past way of being. And so whatever these visions are, where you're maybe getting these flashbacks of how you were, just recognizing them and like sitting with them one at a time, or however, if it's like a theme. And it might actually help to call upon the energy of fire here to kind of like, because, you know, here it's like, I want to just show the image. This Princess of Wands, it's the woman is kind of the tiger, sorry. See how the tiger is kind of coming out of her neck, and interesting, it's holding the neck. Its tail's wrapped around her neck. And yet to me, it kind of looks like the tiger's like apathetic, sort of like sleeping, and so forth. So, it doesn't have to hold you down, and you can use like these past flashbacks or visions. You can use the fire energy, imagining fire, doing the fire breath, which is an inhale to the count of 4, a holding in to the count of 4, and an exhaling out to the count of 4. And imagining fire, looking at a candle maybe while you meditate, allowing it to kind of just heat up these visions. And yeah, I feel like you'll gain some clarity around that, like, or at least tap into like the victory of like, wow, like look how far I've gone, and so forth. That's 100% accurate. I feel like I put in so much work in the past 2.5 years, and I feel like victory is near, but I don't know what it means. I had a lot of flashbacks the last few days, and they helped me realize how far you've come. Yeah. Okay, cool. Oh. So yeah, the breath, it's not box breathing. Box breathing, like the complete four rectangle or square is earth. We're here doing fire, which is like inhaling, holding in, exhaling, kind of creating a down pointing triangle. Okay. So we have here Awen, 3 rays of light, balancing male and female energies, peace and harmony. So, you know, you can call in these energies. There's 3 in the card, or in the, that's funny. There's 3. I'm just going to show you this image. Disc is earth, but we got the triangle here. There's like this 3 rays, the 3 points of a triangle as well, right? The same as here, this 3 points of a triangle. This is kind of what you're doing, actually, the fire breath, inhaling, holding in, exhaling. So this breath, this fire is going to balance the male and the female energies, bring peace and harmony. Again, we got the word peace before. And I think it's going to bring peace to these past flashbacks, this experiences. It's going to center you as well. Like you said, you feel like the victory is like just right here, you know, and yet like, the frustration that can come with maybe if we're not where we think we need to be or whatever the case might be. Okay, let's pull one of these for you here. So for this week, sitting with those flashbacks, recognizing the monsters as maybe less fearful, even if it's the inner monster, because this is all necessary. That's really what male and female energies are, is like the polarity, both the light and the shadow, really. Birthing, we got birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. So here you have this card of you in the center, surrounded by all the stories, by all the ways in which you've been living your life, new and old, and just like these ripples, you know, that like, definitely you could call down the star fire energy, connecting to the stars, imagining starlight like we did kind of earlier. You maybe want to imagine that star in the womb space and growing out, and it's like orangey red, like really vibrant, and letting that fill up with even the starlight or however, and just like emanating that, because you're birthing a new age. So keep the patient way. There's nowhere that we need to be. We're just experiencing and living life day by day by day. Okay, I think that's an important thing to just recognize there. And I just want to speak because this just isn't coming up, which I'm finding it very curious. I've been sitting here for a long time, and I'm just like, and I feel it this week myself, this energy of like the no control. If things are like, you see something, it's agitating you, just breathing into it. And these are all just teachable moments to hear on, okay? So yes, hope that makes sense. Thank you for tuning in here today. Yeah. Okay, Dora King, I think you were next. Let us get those cards. And we'll pull some for you. And to anyone else who's tuning in, if you'd like cards pulled, you can let me know. I had a breathwork session today and realized the universe is teaching me to just surrender. Oh yeah, okay, I feel that. Surrender. Yeah, there's this like theme of control lately, hey? It's just super, no, I hate that. I think that's like the biggest thing for me. Because it really, surrender, control, it extends into everything. Relationships, life path, whatever. Money, you know, all tied to the womb. Surrender, flow like water. Whew, okay, Dora King. Let's see what cards want to come here. Okay. Oh, man. Well, it's unfortunate, though I'm going to be nothing we can do about it, but how we had to restart this whole live. So apologies to those of you who tried to connect live and maybe haven't seen that we went back on another link. It was like wanting to, for whatever reason, the settings on YouTube had it that I was going to like game share. It's like, are you sure you want to share your entire screen? And I was like, no, that's never shown up before. You know, technology just seems to be weird lately. Okay, Dora King. Ooh, we have Babylon showing up for you. Well, Dora King, maybe you need to go and check out my book. I'm just going to show you. So in the Thoth deck by Crowley, this is lust. This is what is usually called the strength card, okay? The card of the year, 2024. But in this image, we have Babylon riding the beast. Babylon is the red goddess. She is the goddess of all things passion. Ooh, there's a lot to learn from her. To me, what I, you know, again, I'm not going to like reiterate the book, but like the things that I learned from Babylon had to do with self-worth, personal power, around things around money, and also clearing all the old beliefs that I had been like indoctrinated with from religion, society, and so forth. She really is about stepping past these boundaries of society and birthing a new world. You see her holding there, like, it's like she's within these eggs. And all these, like, I see them as snakes right now, birthing all these little ideas of knowledge, of beliefs coming through. And she rides this seven-headed beast, okay? And she's just like riding it in pleasure and birthing something. No fucks given is how when I say that. So we have that with this card. Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, I identified lust as strength for some reason, but I think it's 11. So, but whatever, I had to mention that to you. I guess maybe because it's just saying this is your year for tuning into this like pleasurable place. Oh my God, you guys. It didn't come out in the chakra cards yet, but we have victory. Again, we have the Six of Wands. That's fascinating. So, and didn't this victory card come out for you last time? Okay, anyways, we have the Princess of Swords as well. So maybe it feels for you, Dora King, that you're, I'm going to do this first, that maybe you're feeling like you're really battling how things have been in your life, you know, these beliefs primarily. You guys see me shuffling, right? You got visions as well. Please, God. Okay, good. Survive. Oh, interesting. Oh, hey, Tammy Morrison. Hi. Oh, hi, Clara. Oh, lots of people here. Yeah, nice to see you too, Tammy. Thanks for being here. Okay, Dora King. I'm getting here. Okay, yeah. Okay. So we have some of the same cards. We have victory, we have visions. I'll just show you here as well. So I guess I'm just going to speak, I'm not going to speak too much about these, but I'm just going to say that that's kind of like the goal of like, the goal or the thing you're working towards is this visionary aspect and the victory that you're holding. But you have these two cards kind of on either side. You have challenges and you have survive. And I really feel like the survive is kind of tied to this Princess of Swords. Like I was saying, it's like been as if you've had to fight, you've had to like push up against some of these beliefs and thoughts, and maybe it's been overwhelming for you. You know, and I really do feel like this goddess energy is going to support you. And it's going to support you because you're going to see that these experiences are just challenges along the way. Okay. Anything that the feminine energy has gone through over the collective like experience from, you know, I know it wasn't just women who were burned, but like, you know, the whole witch burning, witch murdering scenarios. And it was really just a negative experience and torture of the feminine. So across time, you know, including now, women have gone through this like destruction, and this is all part of the challenge for us to grow and expand. And maybe it's felt like you've just been surviving, but like with this energy, this goddess energy, you're going to have victory, you're going to have vision, you're going to have a sense of power over, all while enjoying life. Okay, Dora King? So yeah, if you, however you work with the goddess, you know, this isn't me just like promoting the book. I think there's so many ways to do this. It's literally just working with a goddess that you feel called to. I just personally feel like the red goddess, that Babylon energy, as I share in the book, that's something that can be very powerful. Especially if we've like tried things, because she just gets to like the root. She is both. She is both light and dark. And shows us the power of that creation and destruction. Okay, apparently you have two cards here. So you have healing and you have happy love. And I do believe that, well, because Babylon can help with like the worthiness piece, and that in turn then ties to self-love, and it then extends to relationship love. Because, you know, it was after working with her, a lot of things changed in my life, including coming to who I would say is the love of my life. Anyways, you have healing, true healing of the mind, body, and soul, and happy love, a joyful, stable partnership, and good friends. Okay? So what wants to come for you here? Yeah, I just really invite you, Dora King, to tune into what maybe the wounds are for you from the past, or even just like collectively. Maybe you think of like your mom, your grandmother. What were some things or areas that you noticed that was like, oh, why do these women put up with this? And just holding that up as these challenges that get to be surpassed, okay? And this fighting that you've been through the mind and these beliefs, like you're coming to a sense of more clarity and vision around it, like from this dark, shadowy smokiness to like the light, okay? Let's pull one of these for you. And Clara Murphy, I don't really know what you're saying, but if anyone else would like a card, you can let me know. Okay, so we have here Dora King, protection. Call back your power, cut the cord, soul retrieval. I don't recall if this was your card last time either. It might have been someone else. I do recall it coming up though. But that protection, confirmation, how are you protecting your energy each morning, each night? You need to do some practice, even if it's redoing what we did earlier with that star emanating out from the throat and out into your etheric field and body. Okay, that protection, saying no, closing things off where it needs to be closed. Okay. Ooh, hope that makes sense. Okay, people, I don't see any more requests for card pulls, so I'm thinking we're going to kind of end here. I've been staying on a little later sometimes, so I will maybe take this as an opportunity to complete, and I have some things I'd like to work on. And again, if you missed that, you can check out the description for the link to the ebook. If yeah, you're curious about working with the Red Goddess and just really tapping into a different level of like self-worth and personal power through magical practices, there's some really step-by-step ways in which you can do that in my book called Living the Great Mystery, Words from Babylon. And yeah, otherwise, I'm so grateful for each of you being here, taking part, and tuning in. As always, let's see what else happens this week for us. You can watch the replay for the collective reading if you came in partway through. And until then, just inviting you now to tune into your body. Again, here, if your eyes are open or closed, that's up to you. And taking a few deep breaths. Allowing yourself to come to a still point here. Noticing whatever sensations might be arising for you. And Spirit says for you to just keep going. To recognize that you've been working hard, even in the periods of rest. That you are seen, you are loved, you are acknowledged for all that hard work, dedication, and commitment to yourself on this path. So even if right now you're finding yourself in a moment of just contemplation and stillness, Spirit wants you to know that that's okay. It's all welcome. that you are a star, and that your starlight is loved and wants to be recognized as equal to every other starlight. That spirit recognizes that. And seeing each of us as our individual stars around the world, emanating light from heart, mind, body. That when you can shine, even in your rest, in your action states, in any in-between places, that it is all needed at this time. And so holding that up for you as you go through your week. I'm thanking you all again for being here. Hope to catch you again in another video. I think on the 18th or 19th, we're going to, can you try to meditation? You're hilarious. That's for my OnlyFans page. You can go over there if you'd like. And yeah, we're going to do a ritual. I don't have the calendar on me. I think it's either the 18th or the 19th. I'll post like the video for that live ritual. And yeah, we'll tune into some magic then. Okay. Clothes on though, because it's YouTube and it's YouTube. But yeah, I appreciate you all being here. You have a lovely day. Happy Moon Day. Okay. Bye.